We're at the Jakarta Convention Center, and this is a really very lovely new auditorium here. And that man, Rene Catalan, got some, let's say, playful boos from the Indonesian audience, who are right behind this man, Adrian Mattheis. And we're underway. Respectful touch of gloves in the center of the cage. It's Catalan in the red shorts, and in the multicolored, predominantly dark shorts, it's Mattheis.
Mattheis is definitely taking his time, easing into the striking exchange with the Wushu world champion. Catalan looks very relaxed, almost smirking at Mattheis. Oh, but he goes in right for a nice little body clinch takedown.
And he did that amid some brutal punches that were coming towards his head there from the Indonesian.
You can see Mattheis trying to go with the headlock, but you can just see Rene Catalan is already starting to slightly take his back, but he ends up in side control now.
Catalan, the man who late in his career voicing ambitions to challenge for the world title.
No, we definitely see the improved wrestling from Catalan, but look at that. Nice belly to back takedown, almost a suplex.
High intensity start to this contest, and more takedowns.
Yeah, we're seeing a very improved skill set from Catalan. He's just using a body clinch to execute some very impressive suplex takedowns. Now he's got side control, delivers a little bit of ground and pound, pins the arm down. Now he's got Mattheis' arm trapped in between his legs. He's dropping a little bit of ground and pound. Mattheis just stands right back up.
Does well to get up as well. He was taking some good left hands to the head. Another suplex that goes down, belly to back this time. And he's got that left arm around the mouth of the Indonesian. It gets pulled a little bit lower around the chin, but well in control of it so far, Adrian Mattheis, looking to fend off the threat of a rear naked choke.
Now he sinks in the hooks as he takes his Mattheis' back. Now Mattheis has got to protect his neck by controlling that left hand of Catalan.
Mattheis getting plenty of support from the fans here at the Jakarta Convention Center.
Mattheis is doing the right thing. He's defending that rear naked choke by preventing that hand from lacing around his neck. But you can see that Catalan now, he's got a face crank into a rear naked choke. Let's see if he can slide that arm underneath the chin there of Mattheis.
That face is moved to the left, isn't it, as well? Does that put even more torque on, Mitch, on that crank?
Yeah, it cranks the neck. It's, a face crank. It's going to be extremely painful, but most fighters can grit it out. They can tough it out. And Mattheis is a very tough kid.
Half time, half game.
He's got both hands on that
keep
left
working,
hand
keep
now
working.
to try and fend it off again.
Yeah, he can't let those hands go. He's got to continue to hand fight. Now he's got one leg laced out, so if he can just slide his hips out. Oh, but Catalan did the right thing by ending up on top there. Mattheis again scrambles out of it.
And they're both back to their feet and down they go again.
Now there's a possible arm triangle being set up here by Catalan. You can see Mattheis has got to answer the phone. He's got to bring that right hand up to the side of his head. He's not defending it correctly.
Catalan scooting round to try and get more purchase on that, but Mattheis is following him in this clockwise direction.
Catalan's got it kind of in a headlock choke, not really a full arm triangle, but it's definitely painful. But Mattheis does the right thing by getting that arm away from his head. But just the improved wrestling and the grappling of Catalan, where he's able to maintain position and stay on top.
No rest for the wicked in this one. Very high intensity from the start as we are just about to enter the 5th and final minute of this opening round, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Judges will score this one in its entirety. The full 15 minutes, not round by round.
Mattheis is making a critical error. He's trying to turn to the opposite side. He should be turning away from Catalan so he can get his hips out. See how he's turning his hips into Catalan? That's the wrong way you want to go. He wants to be going the other way so he can create some distance from Catalan.
Now Catalan working the forearm as well onto that face of Mattheis. Elbow and forearm can be such a dangerous weapon. A lot of problems for the Indonesian to deal with here. And now come the blows left and right.
He was able to power out of that headlock, maintain a little bit of posture, spins into
now,
an armbar. Mattheis, he's turning the arm out. He's doing the right thing. He's trying to roll. He's got to move. He's got to move. Catalan's not letting it go. I don't think Mattheis is going to tap here in his hometown. He grits out the round, Steve.
Good job. He probably knew that the bell was only moments away. His body movement was quite correct in trying to minimize the impact, but the time was on his side.
Here was that early exchange, and this was pretty much the only stand-up that we saw. The wushu expert chooses to take this fight to the ground, and here's that big suplex takedown, beautifully done. Let's go to Rich Franklin and get his view on that round.
I'll tell you, this round was all about the takedowns, and the fans would see a lot of the takedowns in this round, but I honestly didn't score as many takedowns as you would think, because once Rene had scored that first takedown in the round, the rest of it for me was just a scramble. They were back up and back down again, back up and back down. So I scored him with 3 legitimate takedowns in that round, and then I also gave him points in the ground control category. At this point in time, clearly the fans should be able to tell that this is a fight that Rene Catalan has completely in control.
So it's what you do with the takedown, not just the fact that you can bring it on.
Well, once he hits the takedown, Mattheis is doing a great job of scrambling. He was mounted, he's bucking his hips, he's doing everything he needs to do to keep himself out of big, big trouble. But once they get back to their feet and then hit the ground again and get back to their feet, like if they're just quick scrambles, I will score that differently than just 3 separate takedowns.
What about the attempted submission?
Oh, I definitely have a close rear naked choke, and that armbar at the end will definitely be a near sub for me in my scoring.
Something of a slower start to this second round, and you can't really blame them. They were very, very busy, weren't they, in that first 5 minutes?
Yeah, Mattheis was just out-grappled in that round, and he does not want to go into the ground again because he's just overpowered by the Filipino fighter. So he's got to try to keep his distance, maybe not throw kicks, use those hands, and start moving around a little bit more to keep this fight on his feet.
Undoubtedly, he would have had a little bit of education from his corner, Mattheis, to try and stay away from those dangerous areas that you pointed out, Mitch. A little bit more caution from the Indonesian now, with the crowd very much on his side. What can he do here in the stand-up?
See, he's got to circle out. He can't keep rushing forward like that, because immediately Rene slid under the punches and was able to secure that single leg and drag him back down to the ground. He's got to enter these exchanges and then leave them. He can't stay flat-footed in the pocket like that. He's going to leave himself open for these takedowns.
Don't forget, in his 2 tournament wins in the strawweight division, Mattheis scored victories with an average of under a minute each, so he's really in unknown territory here, not only into the 7th minute of this contest, but into the second round. Never been there before, and now he's got to deal with Catalan's knees to the head if it wasn't bad enough already for him.
Some good side control position here. He's trying to lock the arms down, making sure he's not able to really move. He's got good hip position. He's able to drop a little bit of elbows just to stay active enough so that the referee doesn't stand him back up. Now he's sliding in north-south position, and it looks like he's attacking
another
that
armbar
arm
attempt.
This one's a little bit deeper, and he's going under the armpit there, so he locks him into position, and he is just cranking on that arm, and Yuji Shimada has had enough.
Could well have been a verbal submission. There was no tap that I could see, but no argument either from Adrian Mattheis.
Yeah, Yuji just pointed to himself and said, yeah, I think I'm the one that stopped that. I don't think he wanted to damage the joint. Like I said before, I do not think Mattheis was going to tap in his home country.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough, and good refereeing in that case from Yuji Shimada. And as I said, no complaints whatsoever from the Indonesian. Let's take another look.
See, he could have tapped very easily here, but look at this. Rene sunk that arm, he locked it underneath the elbow and was just completely hyperextending. And if Yuji Shimada did not stop that fight, I think it possibly could have been the end of that elbow joint right there.
Third phase there, isn't it, Mitch, that really caused the trouble, and full credit to Yuji Shimada for calling that one on the Indonesian fighter's behalf. With the official decision is Dom Lau.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Yuji Shimada, has put a stop to this fight after 2 minutes and 8 seconds in the second round. For your winner, by way of armbar, Rene Catalan!